What's up, guys? Somebody asked me a good question today that I thought some other people might find useful to talk about a little bit. It's the idea of waiting for perfection and waiting for things to be perfect. Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? How it can be both, definitely, but where does it limit potential and limit success? So you can apply that to competing. I mean, because that was the question being asked is, should I take the long 5-year off season, and should I wait till I'm a super heavyweight before I compete, or whatever. And I've talked about things like, are you ready to compete? In terms of metabolically, financially, mentally, all those things. I've talked about that quite a bit. It's not really the idea of this question. It's more like, when do I know that I'm ready? And I'm an advocate of making improvements show to show. Obviously, I don't really see the point of competing if you're not going to make some kind of improvements. We've all seen those people that compete every single year, multiple times a year, whatever, don't improve or maybe even regress. So don't be that person. But at the same time, I do think that some people wait too long and just really limit their potential, because they might miss a lot of their prime competing years. And next thing you know, hey, I'm going to wait 5 years to do a show. I'm going to wait another 5 years to do a show. Now maybe you were 20 when you started. Now you've competed at 20, 25, 30. You can compete at 35, 40. And some people compete forever. I mean, some people have great longevity, but others don't. So, hey, you might be 40 years old or 50 years old and only have competed 4 times, and then your potential to keep competing and your potential to improve at that point is really pretty limited, just genetics. Sorry about all the bumps, railroad tracks, but just with age and obviously hormonal downregulation, just the fact that you've been doing it forever, you're probably not going to make a ton of progress. So really, what do you missed out on a lot of good competing at that point. So it's just something to think about. I think that a lot of people do fall into this trap and miss a lot of their good years. I do think you should make improvements show to show, and it's not something that can be answered with a simple cut and dry answer. You really have to decide where that line is and what's enough improvement, what's not enough improvement, and when you want to compete. And I think this can be applied to anything in life. If it's business, should you wait for everything to be perfect before you attack something, before you pursue something? I've done this way too much. It kind of ties into the fear video. I talked about fear and it limiting your potential, and this ties right into that. And just the idea of always waiting for things to be perfect, and you miss out on opportunities, and you miss out on things that probably will work. You don't have to be an idiot, you don't have to wing it, but at the same time, realize that there could be some things that you're missing out on. And just one more thing with competing too is just the environment. We talk about things like having the right home environment, work environment, financial environment, all of those things before competing, because it is consuming and expensive and all that. So you can tie that right into the video too. I feel like some people use that as a crutch also. Wow, I'm really busy with work, or I'm in school, or whatever excuse, or I have kids, or I don't know, whatever. So the fact of the matter is, a lot of those people are probably always going to be busy, probably always going to have a lot of things to do, and maybe they don't. Maybe it is just an extremely stressful environment. It's just best that you hold off. And there are situations like that, but I feel like people use that as an excuse also. I've got all this going on, I can't do it. We know how those people are, and I'm implying, us as competitors in the more extreme side of things, we're the ones who kind of laugh at people that make those excuses on a daily basis, like, I can't stick to a nutrition plan because of XYZ. Well, I mean, we're kind of we're kind of doing the same thing. It's obviously a little more extreme example, but it's really the same thing. I can't compete because blah, 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 blah. And if you don't want to compete, that's fine. I'd never push anyone to do it that doesn't want to do it. But again, guys, just don't miss out on a lot of opportunities that might be out there. Miss out on the fun and memories and stuff that you might have competing in. You're going to have, if you do things right, you're still going to progress competing relatively normal frequency, and you're still going to be able to have a nice post-show period, elicit a pretty good response there, and keep growing and what have you. So just some thoughts